Good morning, you guys. I, really quick this morning, wanted to make a sourdough starter. It's been something I've been wanting to try kind of over the course of all winter and just haven't done it. And what's sparking this is my husband has been doing so much fishing. I've talked about that a couple times on here. You guys have seen maybe a little bit of the process, but my husband just smoked a ton of fish last night. He was up really late last night manning the smoker. But how good would some sourdough bagels be with like cream cheese and some of that smoked fish? Maybe like a fried egg or something. Sounds so good. So I am going to start my sourdough starter today, and then hopefully like in the next week or so, or whenever my sourdough is ready or my sourdough starter is ready, we can come together and make some sourdough bagels. So I've been researching how to do sourdough starters, but it seems pretty straightforward. So I have my quart jar here, my lid and stuff. We're gonna get half a cup of water and 1 cup of flour and get that in our jar this morning. Just really simple and really quick, and it's something I can get done super quick this morning, so that always makes me feel good. I have a couple other things I need to get done today, want to get done today. I have some laundry I need to do, and other than that, I think I'm pretty well caught up. But today is Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna be doing a big dinner tonight. We're cooking steaks. I ended up buying raviolis because they were a really good price, and they're stuffed with like crab and lobster, and I know that my husband would really like those. I already have plain cheese ravioli in the freezer, leftover from, we get the big bags from Sam's Club. And on top of that, my husband pulled out some steaks last night because he wanted to do steaks tonight. Plus, I think I'm going to make some mashed potatoes so that we can make twice bakes. So I might do that this morning, like prep and make the mashed potatoes and just put them in the fridge, and then later tonight I'll stuff them and we'll make twice bakes, just because we don't do twice bakes as often. Where's my 1 cup measuring cup? Is it? Okay, I have it mixed. I guess all you have to do now is put the lid on it and let it kind of ferment. Feed it once it starts to bubble, and hopefully we'll have some sourdough bagels here in a couple days. So I'm just gonna put this up on the counter where it's gonna be warm, and this is the first task kind of knocked off the list for the day. We're also gonna be making abundant cake today. I found the recipe on Pinterest. I will link it down below. We're going to do chocolate, and then we're actually gonna carve out the inside of the abundant cake because I have some Bavarian cream filling and some raspberry filling that we got from the Amish shop I think 2 weekends ago when we made donuts, and I have a ton of it left. So I'm going to put half of it with raspberry and half of it with Bavarian cream, and we're just gonna get these mixing really quick. I have a couple minutes before I have to get one of my kids on the bus, so I'm gonna try to throw this together and get it in the oven before I have to stop and get her on the bus. This recipe calls for buttermilk. I don't have buttermilk, but when I bake, I like to use this powdered milk because milk prices got really expensive, and this is shelf stable. I can just pull it out when I need it. And when you're baking, you cannot tell the difference between powdered milk and like regular milk. So we're gonna make powdered milk, and then we're gonna turn that powdered milk into buttermilk using just a little bit of lemon juice. So I'm actually gonna start this because you need to let it sit for a minute so that the lemon juice and the acidity of the lemon juice kind of creates a thicker consistency and turns the milk into buttermilk. So we're going to do that. This recipe calls for 2 1/4 cup of buttermilk. So I'm gonna make 2 1/4 cup of milk with my powdered milk and add in a little over a tablespoon of lemon juice to create that acidicness and make it thick and delicious for buttermilk. So I'm just gonna mix this until there's no lumps left in it, and then I'm gonna throw in a splash of lemon juice, and I'm just gonna let this sit while I start creaming together eggs and sugar for our cake in the KitchenAid. And then we will have some homemade buttermilk. You can also use vinegar for this. It's just anything that's acidic. Okay, that's going. My eggs were clean this morning in my nesting boxes for the first time all winter because my chickens are out and about now, and they're not just sitting on their eggs and getting them all yucky like walking on them with dirty feet. So that was a pleasant surprise this morning. It's calling for a cup of softened butter, but I only have half a cup of softened butter, so I'm going to have to pop some butter in the microwave here really quick and soften the other half. But that's okay, I'll just mix in one stick at a time. Probably better that way anyways. Okay, we're putting in a cup of baking cocoa, and then this recipe also calls for a box of chocolate pudding. I'm competing now, but I'm gonna throw this in. I always keep these on hand because they're just really easy snacks for the kids.
Hey, that's not your pinky. That's your
So I haven't bought these in forever either, so I was surprised that I still had some in my pantry.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna mix this together, and then I'll add in the flour and some other things. I'm gonna pour in our buttermilk here, just a little bit, just because it's kind of dry, just so that it can mix. And then I'm gonna throw in 2.5 cups of flour and a little bit of baking soda, and then some chocolate chips, and we'll be good to just pop it in the oven.
What's this?
That's the microwave.
Huh? What? Is it? Something in it? That's why?
Yeah, you put stuff in there, yep. Yep, that's how it works.
Popcorn in it?
Yeah, you pop popcorn in it. Yeah, you put all sorts of stuff in there.
Oh, why?
Pretty cool, huh?
Can we shut it?
Yep, just like that. It's pretty cool, hey?
Oh, yes! I did it!
Good job, dude. Good. I just took a little bit of coconut oil and rubbed it around on the inside of this pan with my hands, just because I don't have any cooking spray right now. And I preheated my oven to 350. The recipe says 375, but my oven tends to run a little hot, so at least I'm convincing myself that it runs hot. And that way, if I get distracted by something else, it'll give me a little bit of extra time to catch it before it burns. Pro tip from me to you, but I'm just gonna load this in, pop it in the oven, and I was able to accomplish this before I had to stop to get my child on the bus. So that's a double win. I made a mess, but that's okay. I'm just gonna try to get this like somewhat even. That way it'll make it a little bit easier when we have to carve it out later to stuff it with a little bit of our filling. And I'm gonna pop that in the oven for about an hour. I had one more really random kitchen project I wanted to do today, minus picking up my kitchen from making that cake and stuff. I buy my baking soda in bulk from Sam's Club because I use it for cleaning and baking. So I want to put some of it in a mason jar to keep it with my baking stuff, so that way every time I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, I don't have to lug out my huge 15-pound bag of it, because it's just a lot. And then that way I can keep some in my laundry room, because I put this in my laundry as well. And I just want to divvy it up, that way I can, it's a little bit more manageable that way. But I've been meaning to do this for forever, so today is the day I'm gonna actually get it done. I also need to start picking up my kitchen, but we took about an hour break. We ate lunch and got Lakin on the bus, so now it's just me, Cole, and Cleo. He's off playing. We literally just finished lunch, so I'm gonna hang out with him for a while, kind of slowly but surely clean up the kitchen. My dishwasher has a couple minutes left, and I'll swap out the dishes and clean things off and keep an eye on that cake because it's starting to smell really, really good in here. I'm gonna save this cake, and we're gonna make cake pops out of these over the next couple of days. I'll just save that, and I'm just gonna get my Bavarian cream and start piping that in this little trench that I kind of carved out in the middle of my cake. I decided to just use the Bavarian cream and save the raspberry filling for some other things that we're going to be doing over the next couple of days. So I'm just going to pipe in some of this filling. I got this whole thing of Bavarian cream for $4, and it is huge. It's a 2-pound tube. But that's what it looks like. It might not look super pretty, but it's going to taste delicious. And then when I flip it over upside right on a plate, you'll have no idea that it's cut out of the bottom. until you cut into it. And it's delicious. I think I'm gonna make some cream cheese frosting maybe to put on top of this, and then let Colt decorate it with some Valentine's Day sprinkles that we have. So that's where I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna do now. But I'm gonna turn the camera off and make the frosting with him, and then I'll show you guys what the cake looks like when it's all done. And hopefully I can get it out of this pan in one piece. Colt and I just finished our cake. This is what she's looking like, the cream cheese frosting, and then Colt helped with the sprinkles, of course, because that's the best part. But now I'm just gonna let this sit and hang out for a little bit. I actually have a little bit of cream cheese frosting left in here. Not a ton, but definitely enough where I'm gonna try to scrape it and save it, because the kids have a 4-day weekend this weekend, and I'm sure that they're gonna wanna make some like cutout cookies or something to keep busy. So I'm gonna save this.
Can you help me, Mom?
Yeah, I can help you. Ready? So there's that. Thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to hang out with me and make a Valentine's Day cake, start on our sourdough starter, which I'm really excited to see how this does over the next couple of days, over the next week or so. I will keep you updated on this, and I'm really excited to try to make some sourdough bagels hopefully next week sometime. So that's really exciting. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will catch you guys in another video. Bye.